All right, good morning and welcome to the Sports Buffet on Elegbata TV Radio. My name is Dafe Matthew. You're going to love to come in the Elegbata One Sports. It's another lovely Monday morning. Time for us to talk about all of the wonderful things that happen in the beautiful world of football and all those sports, respectively, and have fun while doing it. Learn a few life lessons in the process and get some very, very bizarre information or news or stories that touches the heart, stories that makes you laugh, story that make you wonder. Footballers are humans like every other persons, and in the football space certain things happen that you do not expect to happen. Let me give you one good example of that. Well, I'm going to give you that as we progress on the show, but it has something to do with Vincent Abu Bakar. Okay, Abubakar de Moribiaku Wena Ivorirai. Okay. That's one of my nursery rhymes growing up back in the day. Yeah, that's one of my nursery rhymes. I don't know. You guys have Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. How I wonder what you are. I mean, we have different nursery rhymes. I don't know what your nursery rhymes were, but I know that we have nursery rhymes like if Nami eat the rice, if Nami eat the rice, Agbakara must to swallow me, fish must to eat me, aham. Aham, aham. Okay, so everybody have different nursery rhymes. It's nursery rhymes. It doesn't have to always be Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. I don't even know how to sing that one because they never sang it for me when I was growing up. Okay, it doesn't also have to be Three Little Birds sitting on the wall. One name Peter, one name Paul. I don't know. I don't know because I never sang it, so it's not in my memory. It's not in my brain, and it doesn't have to be Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. Had a great fall. All those shit. And we had Ole Thief Jankoliko. You know those kind of. What was your nursery rhymes? I don't know what your nursery rhymes were, but hey, let's just have fun this morning. It's a Monday morning. I understand. Like, okay, so the modus operandi of radio is that on a Monday morning you're not supposed to be too playful, too cheerful. I don't know who invented that rule, but when I worked in terrestrial radio, that's the rule. Monday morning, you got to stay calm. You got to stay like business, like you have to be straight face. And then from Wednesday, you can start loosening up. You start adding languages. That's why it was Language Wednesday. And then on Thursday, you can play music, you can sing along, you can have fun. And then on Friday, you can go buck wild. And I don't understand. And it is those conditions that we were given growing up that has turned us into this. You know how people on Sunday, take for instance, we are always holy on Sundays. Sunday morning, especially Sunday morning, we're holy, and then after that we become different. On Friday, we're allowed to do everything. As a matter of fact, we're allowed to dance naked in the club. You know, we feel like it's a normal thing. And then on Monday, we're supposed to be business. Like even the people will not get jobless people, also just want to be business like, want to be focused, want to prove that you know what, I'm a serious person. But well, I think I'm grown enough to make my own rules, change the rule, not even bend the rules, change the rules, reinterpret the rule, reintegrate the rules, and change it. And that's why a lot of people around me get a lot offended or confused when they come up with religion. You know, oh, you don't go to church on Sunday. They go, you don't go to church on Sunday. It's like some of the greatest people in the Bible didn't go to church on Sunday. They didn't even know what Sunday or Monday was. So what's the big deal? Well, this is your Bible that you church on Sunday. It's like some of the greatest people in the Bible didn't go to church on Sunday. They didn't even know what Sunday or Monday was. So what's the big deal? Well, this is your Bible that you're showing me. And I remember, 2 weeks ago, I was in a conversation with some guy, some friend came around and they came with another friend. You know how some people come to visit you, and I'm going to talk about visiting people, and some of the nonsense that people do when they visit people. And talk about people visiting you, and then they come like two tagalongs, okay, because there's space in their car, and somebody calls you and say, "Oh, I'm coming with this person," and then by the time they come in, there are two other people that you don't know, but they are coming, they sit down, and then me, if you've ever visited me, you know that I don't entertain people with drink. I don't care who you are. If you come my house, tell me what to make you come and then get out of my house. Like that's it. I don't, oh, go and bring drink. No. You can't just be using me as your afterthought and then you show up and then you see me, I'm gonna run around, go buy drink on yeah. Before I used to, oh, there's food, oh, let's nah, I don't do that anymore. Why you call my house? What are you here for? Oh yeah, let's have the conversation and you get out of my house. I mean, I have the ability to say, but the time when you spend for the house or show, you're gonna go. I'm that kind of guy. That's why I don't also invite friends to come and watch football in my house because again, that's an opportunity to say things in my house that my children are not supposed to even hear. When people watch football, they lose their senses. So one of those things. So long and short, the guy came, and then we went to like, oh, I was in church. Somebody was like, oh, we're in church, and then I like my guy. This person really thought I was in church. So he's a married man, babe, they who tell the wait for him. He said we're in church and church was fine, blah 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 blah. I say, say me, I need to go to church. So all this one and the talk, I don't really understand. And then there are two strangers who were not even friends, I don't know them, they don't know me. Say, you need to go church? I don't know you like that. You don't even have the right to even have an opinion, right? But it is so how do you connect? How do you connect the divine? That's like, and a church now be church now God post office. I don't understand. I don't need church to connect the divine if there is any such thing anyway. But if the God that you connect have to be in the church, then I mean it's caged, okay? But long and short, we talked, and I could see the judgmental look, their attitude. Is like, this one and not anything. I don't know if you guys are like that too. But then let me before I go into sports, I'm still try to warm up the day. Before I go into sports, please, if you're one of those people who would carry your bag from your state and go to another state to visit somebody impromptu. Those visit like Lagos now. We come to do visa application. We come to do this one, that one. And then when you come in, so you get eating habits, like eating disorder. You eat like an idiot. Please, when you go, I'm not saying don't go. There's always a spare room or a spare bed to sleep on. Carry your food. Don't go there and sometimes you not go and bring somebody else. Say now the two of us, now they go to them. Then the two of you in this balablo economy, you are eating 6 cups of rice in one sitting. Carry your rice, come. You are eating one big bowl of Gary in one sitting. Carry your Gary, come. Because for like this, my house, now, I pando yam with the shop, and it's very expensive. You alone go eat 6 Indomie. The person who follow you go eat another 6 Indomie. A carton of Indomie now is now 11,500. Indomie is no longer leftover food. Indomie is now luxury food. It's caviar. Noodles is not caviar. Okay, Indomie noodles, especially the Indomie one. Indomie noodles is not caviar. Don't come to anybody's house and be eating 6-pack of Indomie again. Don't try it. Okay, don't come to anybody's house and turn full bottle of granite inside the Ijebu Gari and put 6 cubes of sugar and then put a whole full Hollandia milk, that big one. No, don't. Please, I'm just advising you people. The way the economy they do you for where they come, so not be make go feed you fat. All the years that the locust and the palmer worm and the canker worm have eaten. Not be my house, you want to replenish them. Not be my house. God talk for the Bible, say, I will replenish it. I will go before you and make the crooked ways straight. My house, not be crooked ways. Don't come to my house and try to make the crooked ways of your life straight. I'm just saying it, and some of the people who had to talk to they go watch this video, they watch them now or they go watch her later. I'm just saying it because you go test. Now go back, go test story. And to my worry brothers and sisters, and this one is straight to you guys. I need to fire this one because it's becoming too much. Not be every time we person call on now I be billing. Sometimes let's just talk, let's just catch up. That's one. 2. Sometimes the billing they make on they lose the opportunity for business. Okay, let me give you guys a good story. Over the weekend, somebody called me that, oh, look, the Bayern Youth Cup is coming. His team, he needs a striker at this age. I called my friend in Port Harcourt, Azeru, my former teammate. So you got these players. Say yes, okay. Send 2. So I remember. I said, okay, you get some bros. Maybe say they run some teams for his college. Let me see call them. As I just called, now billing the message straight up. Now send me this one. Nigga, please. More do the business first now. I just immediately block the person because I don't understand. So I'm just saying, I'm not saying it hard for everybody, but more will see the do with sense and build people will be say you and they don't they talk. Since not be somebody will be say just call you out of the blue, you just try to build up. When I calm down. Me too, I get my own issue. As I did so I define what I could be, but I use sense to the do. I did build people who I know say we don't get conversation, it don't deep. You can now build somebody. And I don't know when I need the comment, like I say this thing what they do me need to do now. The way it invest me, so you need like when I not get that kind of friends. May God bless you people. All of them way they view me now way. Then they click on the like button. Say first of all, may God bless you. I say when I not get friends with the billionaire like that. Thank God. Somebody say why your number of views drop. People not get that again. Money no day. That's why. And the people with there abroad they sleep. Okay, now that's do night show. Then even for night they're not even available. But let's get the show started. Liverpool won the Carabao Cup over the weekend, and it was it was a game that was filled with drama. Michael Oliver, I put him that referee name. He had his own fair share of misdeed, and Chelsea billion pounds players, had their own, part to play in the game. I don't know. Chelsea, six domestic finals and losing all of them. That's a new record. Okay, it's a new Premier League England record, or new Premier League record, or new world record. What this is a record. When will Chelsea rediscover the form and assemble a bunch of experienced players? Because when you lose consecutively like that, and you can remember Arsene Wenger losing 2 Carabao Cup finals, losing Champions League finals, losing UEFA Cup finals to Galatasaray and all that, it was because of a lack of experience. So when you look at this Chelsea team, let's start with Chelsea. We're going to pay tribute to Jurgen Klopp, definitely. But looking at this Chelsea team, at what stage do you think that the players will now come together, form the experience that they need? Because, the way the team is set up, you almost think that, okay, they're getting to finals means that at least there's something right that they're doing. But how is it that when they get to that finals, they just run short of ideas? Remind me of Arsene Wenger's team. They don't, and then in the league, they're not in the races. They built a tent. Okay, so the Lord said, I will build you a tent of your own, and they answer the scripture. So they are in that tent, the tabernacle of David or Solomon or whatever, the tabernacle of the Lord. Say, I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever, and a tent, my God, they stay. So they are in tent. They are just in the house of the Lord. So there's no problem. But now, since they have decided to follow the book of Joshua chapter 1 verse 8, choose you this day who you will serve. And as for me and Chelsea family, we will dwell in the house of the Lord, which is tent, it's okay. But how does Chelsea fix this problem of always losing in the finals? Now, on the flip side of it, Jurgen Klopp have done, this is his 9th season, if I'm not mistaken, almost 10 years at the club. Obviously, I would say he deserves the kind of statue that is given to Bobby Shankly and the rest of them. And I also think that everything good about the legends of the past is practically won every trophy, apart from probably the UEFA Europa Cup. That does look like they'll win this season. What should be the best way to celebrate Jurgen Klopp? And you, whether you are a Liverpool fan or you are not a Liverpool fan, as a football fan that you are, what are your best, most memorable Jurgen Klopp moments? Okay, let's know what are your most memorable football moments. Ferdinand Ekenese, Baba, calm down. Oh, we there abroad, they fear to call Nigerians to collect G's because you will end up to collecting billings. So they are affecting that too. I think I'll let me the billing. See, so may I first talk my own. I'm not against billing. No, but I don't quote me wrong. If I be your paddy, me and you will be mean. I go bill you. Okay, there are some paddies to get where I not go feel bill. Be like, I know what I'm saying. There are some people, my wife will say, my pride, he high past Mountain Everest. Yes, it makes me work hard. There are some people where I not go feel bill. People where I not feel bill. Now people will be say, me and them not go feel grow together for long. I do not have plans. I do not plan to grow far with them. When you build those kind of people, you are allowing them to buy shares, to build the estate in your life's real estate. And I don't want that. So I will look at them, they look good, but I will not, I will not ask them for any favor, because those kind of people will manipulate you in the future. They will remind you of that day that you were sick, you were down. Like one of my friends say, so last year your son went through all of this and you went through it without even reaching out to us or asking for help. And I was like, you know what? Me now. I say, say to say I beg you money that time now. By now, where this balablu got this, so so you're gonna use me now like the way women they use sanitary pad, abi. So like that. The most important thing is say the boy don't do the surgery, it's fine. The boy self never remember when he do surgery again. It's just like it has now become a doctor because he talks like a doctor. Everything about him is doctor this. My son goes out to the salon to cut his hair and he saw a stranger and he was introducing himself. Say, my name is Tega Idafe. I go to Lekki Peculiar School, but you can call me Dr. Tega. I say, who? Okay, now. No wala. Dr. Tega, call your turn now. Okay, so let's go back to the conversation. I was talking about some very, very bizarre story. And the reason why I brought this whole bizarre story to be part of the show today is what Vincent Abubakar did. Okay, so you all know that Vincent Abubakar was fantastic at the last World Cup, even though Cameroon didn't go anywhere, but Cameroon can always look back and say, we are part of the very tiny few African teams that are beating Brazil in a World Cup match. And we've also beaten Argentina in a World Cup match. In 1990, they defeated Argentina in a World Cup match. So, but there are some stories around footballers that just get you crazy. And I'm going to share some of them with you this morning while I anticipate that you guys will write down some of the beautiful and most memorable Jurgen Klopp moment. The show today is by Jurgen Klopp, but I'm going to distract you with some stories. So let's start with Vincent Abubakar first. Vincent Abubakar went to Besiktas and told the management that he's not feeling well, but it's not something major, but they should give him a break to go to Cameroon to go and see his beloved wife. Football club, if you've ever played football club will bend the rules once family is involved. It is just what it is. It doesn't matter whether they are in the middle of the season, whether the world is coming to an end, whether they are battling relegation. If you ask for family time and you're a key player, they will still say, you know what? A happy player is a productive player. That's the rules in football, okay? Unless you're just a new signing, you're just a young player, they can tell you to wait. Or they tell you, okay, let's bring your family to come and meet you. But in the case of a player like Vincent Abubakar, say, okay, go to Cameroon, go and meet your lovely wife. It's important because if you get some conjugal visit and all those, if you go and chamfer well, you go and sharpen the rod, use iron to sharpen iron, then you can come and perform explicitly well, elegantly well. If when the rod of Moses part the Red Sea and go through and they experience the goodness of God, then they can come back. The children of Israel can testify of the greatness of God and they can sing, great is our God. So they say, Vincent Abubakar, go ahead, go and meet your lovely wife. And then so Vincent Abubakar went to Cameroon. But not only did he go to Cameroon, he just landed in Cameroon and he flew from Cameroon and went to Paris. Ferdinand Ekene, now Tonda, he shall not bill you. For this thing that you just said now, Tonda, I fire you. And I'm Ajabota, I be Paco. My wife is just trying to polish me, but this I'm unpolished. By the way I talk, by their fruit, you shall know them. Forget the tea. Don't judge a man by the content of his teacup. Judge him by the character that he has reached. Even Bible say that a man shall be judged by every word that come out of his mouth, not by the tea that he drink. So leave the tea. That's not me. Okay, so he got to Cameroon and he flew to Paris. What did he go and do? So guys, picture Vincent Abubakar in your head. Is there a part of that Vincent that you see that you are thinking is going to have hair like my hair? Or maybe he just woke up one morning and say, I want to experience Afro, I want to do dreadlock. And he went to go and do hair treatment, like go and plant grass in his hair. And then the doctors in Paris told him that you cannot head the ball, you cannot really, get involved in the game, and then you still have to come here like twice for checkup. So he went back to Besiktas and he claimed that he's sick. That he's having headache, this one, that one. He cannot, play that much, and he can't head the ball, blah, blah, blah. So they give him sick time. But they start suspecting, and you know how life is. This is a digital age. You would be found out, okay? Even in the analog age of the Bible says that your sin shall find you out. You will be found out. And it was eventually found out. Now, my problem with it is that he was still denying it anyway. But the club now have said, okay, you know what? We're going to terminate your contract. That's one very bizarre thing. Couldn't he have just waited for the season to end and go and do hair treatment? I mean, what sense does that make? You guys can have your say while you're giving us your most memorable Jurgen Klopp moment. But let me remind you, okay? From playing PlayStation to hair problems, the strangest reasons why players miss game. Over the years, footballers have either missed games through injuries or bans in relation to on-field event, leaving them out of the game or a game or two, okay, if they are lucky. But there are some others that no, they choose a different reason to miss game. However, some of these those fortunate enough to play at the highest level have been the victims of their own downfall. Okay, and as at the time of this writing, says Zenit St. Petersburg and Russia striker Artem Zuba became the latest player to fall into the category after a video of him lying on a bed masturbating was leaked online, leading to him being dropped from the national team. But wait a minute. Why should somebody who was masturbating be dropped from the national team? How does that affect the game? And how do you masturbate and you put a video camera and say, okay, I'm in the future, I think the Holy Spirit spoke to me, or the God of porn spoke to me that my future money is in porn and I need to shoot a video of it, and then that's it. I don't understand. But hey, it is what it is in the age of mobile phones. Like my wife will always say, all these gadgets are listening to us, because sometimes we'll just mention somebody's name. You open your phone, that's the person you're seeing on your phone. It's just crazy. You can't explain it, but I think that how the gadgets are spying on us. The forward, who was also dropped as Zenit's club captain, took to social media on Monday to admit that he only has himself to blame in the wake of the embarrassing incident. While Zuba's case is unique, it isn't the first time an off-field incident has affected a player's first team squad status. Okay, from the downright stupid to the utterly bizarre, here are some of the weirdest reasons why players have missed games over the years. Let's go with Rio Ferdinand. Yeah, you know, Rio Ferdinand now seems to have opinion about everybody who is world class and who is not world class. But hey, he's got skeleton, but his own skeletons are not in the cupboard. They are all out on display in the showroom. Too much of a good thing can become a bad thing, and Rio Ferdinand found that out the hard way. During some downtime back in his Leeds United days, the defender had his feet up in the coffee table while playing Pro Evolution Soccer on PlayStation. However, during the gaming section, Ferdinand suffered a muscle injury and ended up missing a run of games for the Yorkshire club. It's safe to say that he could go down as the only professional player to get a real life injury from playing video game. You know, you're playing video game and then you get injured. Okay, I don't understand how that works, but hey, it happened. Well, let's leave that one and move further. Let's talk about Fernando Redondo. Now, this guy is a player that doesn't have any flaws. This guy made the art of playing as a defensive midfielder or the deep lying midfielder beautiful. This guy brought a whole lot of style, class, guile, and amazing beauty quality to the game of football. Yes, the way Kaká in a very short time brought finesse and admirable quality to the position of the number 10 and number 8, or the way Ronaldinho in a very short time achieved in football what some people, let me not say JJ Okocha, but what some people spent an entire 2 decades trying to achieve. Okay, Fernando Redondo, a guy who's got no flaws, but hey, you know, if you look very well, even the most perfect guy have their own perfect imperfection. Okay, so let's look at this one. No wonder Ed Sheeran sang it and wrote it. It's part of his line, perfect imperfection, right? In the last 30 years or so, footballers have put a lot more time into their image and building a brand for themselves. David Beckham is the most high-profile player to do this in recent memories. After he became a global celebrity while at Manchester United, with his haircut often a big talking point in the media. While Beck changes hairstyle frequently over the years, there was no chance Argentines Fernando Redondo would think of getting a trim, right? So much so that he outright refused to get a haircut when ordered to do so by Argentine manager. Remember this guy, Daniel Passarella, during the 1998 World Cup, and he told the coach, you know what, get out of my side. What's wrong with you? That number 5 just said, I don't want to wear it anymore. Get out. He had particular ideas about discipline and wanted me to have my hair cut, said Fernando Redondo. I don't see that. I don't see what that had got to do with playing football. So I said no. Redondo was dropped for his protest and would make one more appearance on the national team, national side under a different manager, and then he ended his career. Can you ever think that your favorite player would be dropped from playing the national team because, let's say, for instance, Victor Osimhen, and the manager says, you know, Victor Osimhen, I don't like the color of this your hair. Go and remove it. If not, you won't play. And Victor Osimhen, I know, nah. Me, he said that it's not a trademark. No, nah. They know me now. Go ask now. Olusegun, so they know my story. Napoli, they know my story. Even though Joel Legba, they know my story. Now you, no, Pesero, no way. You cannot make me cut my hair. You understand? So That's just one of the funny reason why a player missed that, not just any game, but the World Cup, going to the World Cup, okay? And it could have maybe added beauty. Thank God France would be like, oh, thank God it didn't come, or maybe they would have beaten the Netherlands and then they would have come all the way to the finals and stopped us better than Argentina, but than Brazil that we beat 3 goals to nothing. So, hey, one kingdom fall, another rise. That's according to Machiavelli, okay? Calf injury. Calf. So when you say somebody have a calf injury, the first thing that comes to your mind is the leg, right? But calf could be animal, right? Okay, so let's discuss about that a little bit. Injuring your calf is one thing, but getting injury by calf is extremely rare. Queen of South backup goalkeeper Sam Henderson was involved in the latter as he was tackled by a cow while on his father's farm 2 years ago. Third choice goalkeeper at the time, Henderson was due to be on the bench for the Scottish side in a game against Dunfermline after their first choice Alan Martin picked up an injury. But then the Malu say, moo, yeah, moo, you there's no way you're going to be in that bench. And just in case they call you in and you can concede 40 goals in a match. So let me knock you out. Then assistant manager Dougie. Somebody answered Dougie. You don't know that there's something wrong in that area. Dougie Anderson told the Scottish Sun in 2018, Sam has missed training this week after being struck. It could have been worse as the car ran at him for a second time, but he managed to get out of the way. He has a sore shoulder, so he's getting closely monitored and a lot of treatment, as we do not want to go into the game without a goalkeeper on the bench. So that was the story. Now let's talk about this one. Too much time on the tanning bed for Felipe Mexis. I'm sure you guys know this guy. Played for AC Milan, played for some big club, AS Roma, In November 2013, AC Milan defender Felipe Mexis, you know him, right? Okay, the chubby guy, was forced to pull out of a league game against Genoa with an eye injury. How did that happen? What happened to the eye? Did somebody... somebody punched his eye. He complained that he was feeling a slight pain in his left eye, which led doctors to diagnose him with a condition called central serous retinopathy. See all this name, nothing on eye scratching. But doctors would like to confuse you because once they say this type of word, the billing go high. Doctors are the only people who bill more than worry people. Okay. At the time, the injury didn't raise any eyebrow until it transpired that the cause of central serous retinopathy is from exposure to ultraviolet light, the ones you would usually find on tanning beds. That's right. The now retired center back picked up the injury from apparently topping up on his tan too much. Okay. I don't understand. You're white, but you want to be brown. And white people normally discuss black people disgustingly with racial slurs. So, I'm just asking. Okay, so if you don't know this guy was one of the earliest set of Ogbori to play in the Premier League. Plenty of hype around him. This was long before the days of that guy that used anointing oil to bath. What's his name now? That played for Wolves. Oh, God, I went to Barcelona. Barcelona actually signed that guy on loan. Blood of God. Barcelona, I don't F up. God. What's his name again? Well, I can't remember his name now, but I know what they talk about. There's also Bonnie, Wilfred Bonnie. There's also Nicolas Yayasanogo Pepe. All the Ogbori. There is also Nicolas Brentner is not an Ogbori. That's a good guy. Andy Shirley is a World Cup winner. We cannot call him Ogbori himself. But you know all the people that I'm talking about. There is Carlos Bolarouche, the only player in the history of the Premier League to be substituted in and 9 minutes later was upset at. Okay. Darius Vassell, his name looked like one of the guys that acted in Triple X. Okay, Ice Cube. When Ice Cube acted Triple X, his name is Darius Vassell. So Darius Sasha was the real X of the X. Okay, the X. the X of the X. I know some of you don't watch this kind of film. Now only Nigerian movie, African Magic when I watch soon. I don't know this thing I just talk now, so it be like sorry talk rubbish. While most injuries are part and parcel of the game, the adversary's most notable injury was certainly self-inflicted. The former England and Aston Villa striker was suffering from a blood blister under his big 2-0 back in 2002, which led him to make the cringe-inducing decision of using a drill on his toe in an attempt to drain it. God, how stupid can you be? The idea of using a power tool to perform surgery on yourself is terrifying enough, but luckily for Vassell, it appeared to do no serious long-term damage and only kept him out of action for 3 matches. The case is made even more bizarre when you consider the amount of fully qualified doctors Villa would have had employed at the time to advise on a situation like that. Well, I once worked with somebody who used a screwdriver to uproot his root canal, his teeth, because he cannot bear the pain. And he couldn't go to a dentist. Man, I was thinking, could it be that because when they were not paying good? Okay, his name is Akim Kelani, the jiggy man. Yes, if you see him, ask him this question. He used a screwdriver to remove his tooth. Okay, I've had my tooth removed, and this teeth, I think, is they use my stepdad used safety boot to kick my mouth, and this thing got broken, and I managed it for some time, and then eventually it fell off. I know how painful toothache can be. My wife. I've had 3 children, okay? And in every pregnancy, there's always a magical toothache that just comes out of nowhere with the pregnancy, okay? And I know that period, I'm close to dead. I'm dying, okay? So I know how that is. But yeah, just think about it. You have blood gather on your toe, and then you decide to use drill to remove it. Well, people dish up. What's it called? David Batty. If you know Manchester United deep, then you know this name. Gets taken out by a tricycle. Known for being an unforgiving and hard-hitting midfielder in his time, David Batty was not a man to strike a challenge. It's no surprise the amount of injuries picked up during his playing days. But a playtime accident involving his 2-year-old daughter kept him on the sideline for several weeks. Having sustained knee ligament damage, Batty had to take even more time out when his toddler ran over his ankle with a tricycle, leaving the coaching staff baffled at the news. Man, what the problem with you, young man? Okay, let's talk about grooming routine keeps Asensio out of action. How Asensio could not play because of this news. No, listen, Marco Asensio probably deserves a medal for worst excuse to miss a football game with this reason. The Real Madrid attacker had to sit out Real Madrid's Champions League group stage game against Apoel in 2017 because his grooming routine went wrong. Yep, to quote reports in Spain, Asensio had an infection in a pimple caused by expilating the hairs on his legs. Okay, I don't understand. Meaning he couldn't play because of a sore spot which came as a result of shaving his legs. And he said footballers aren't pampered. And who said footballers aren't pampered? You're shaving your leg and somehow you touch your pimple and then it became a problem. What is this? What are we dealing with? Okay, so if you've watched the podcast I had with John Fashanu, you hear his name a lot. And I know that all you Premier League fans, viewing center people on social media who are acting all strong. If I mention this name, 90% of you guys right now on this live does not know him. His name is Vinnie Jones. Vinnie Jones is the Gattuso before Gattuso. Okay, the Edgar Davis before Edgar Davis, the Roy Keane before there was a Roy Keane. Okay, he won the 1988 English FA Cup with the Crazy Gang. Okay, alongside John Fashanu and the rest of them. That squad was crazy. Like when they say crazy, they were crazy. Well, if you hear anything about it, he went into movie, he was also crazy in movies. Since retiring from football, non-hard man Vinnie Jones has gone on to create a brilliant acting career for himself in Hollywood, having starred in films like Snatch, Mean Machine, and Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. However, back in November 1992, while playing for Wimbledon, the Crazy Gang, his voice-over acting debut resulted in him being handed a 6-month ban and a £20,000 fine for commentating on a video of footballers kicking lumps out of each other. Essentially, promoting violence. The man who is the poster boy of violence in the Premier League got banned because he went to go and do voiceover. This thing that I'm doing now, he went to do voiceover of footballers, okay, of people, supposedly footballers, kicking each other shit they come out for their body. Okay. The video titled Soccer Hardmen featured the likes of Tommy Smith, Norman Hunter, Shopper Harris, Peter Story getting stuck in, while Jones provided colorful and enthusiastic commentary over the top. Now, something that Peter Story does now, and everybody get excited. The FA caught wind of it and declared that the video glorified violence and foul play and charged Jones with bringing the game into disrepute, leaving him to miss a number of games as a result. How can that even be? You see, this football people have been evil from day one. What kind of rule is that? I went to play, to do a voiceover, and then you're banning me? Well, I don't understand. Why not take it up with the people who produce the movie? Well, hey, people always attack the weak. Who's the weakest one among them? Let's go and attack that one. Rene Higuita's dark pass. Okay, Rene Higuita is known for his scorpion kick at the World Cup match, the Colombian goalkeeper. That's what I remember him for. Every other thing, forgot about it. If you don't understand who Rene Higuita is, you don't know football. But everyone remembers Rene Higuita for his wonderful scorpion save against England, which will take its rightful place in every football highlight reel for years to come. But some people may not know that the goalkeeper has a darker past. In 1993, the Colombian goalkeeper was due to feature for his country, but failed to take to the field. What happened? Okay, for those of you like Aproko Nation, according to Aproko Doctor, gather here, let's talk about this one. His absence was due to the fact that he had been arrested and sentenced to 7 months in jail for assisting with a kidnapping. Oh, blood of God. Oh, blood of God. What is that man that was called the kidnapping kingpin? And, talking about kidnapping, there's something that crossed my mind the other day. I was watching TV and I saw some people paraded as kidnapper. Please, why are all the kidnappers that they are arresting always looking poorer than even me that is struggling? Is it all this ransom that they are taking? They then use a shop. They go use a serve mommy water, they go serve papi water, something. I don't understand. Even if I don't like her, I go like her. He said I could watch now, make a mission of this. His absence was due. Okay, the keeper reportedly pocketed $64,000 for lending a helping hand. We saw the Colombian justice system throw him into jail. His prison sentence saw him miss out in the 1994 World Cup due to his lack of fitness. I'm a footballer. I don't know anything about kidnapping laws, he said. Well, that's what happened, and that's the story. I don't know what other bizarre situation that you have ever heard or seen, maybe locally in your area. What bizarre situation you've seen in the football space? Let me know. Let's have the conversation. It's Monday. I know this type of things always come up on Fridays, but then I decided to turn it. You don't like it? Sorry, tune somewhere else. This is me. I choose to do it like this today. Now let's come back to Liverpool. Jurgen Klopp, since he came to Liverpool, have turned Liverpool from Liverpool used to be a struggling club. Sometimes they make it to the top four, sometimes they don't, but they are not a threat to anybody. When in the year of our Lord 1992, when there reigned a man called Sir Alex Ferguson, when he was running with his hilarious Stalingrad kind of army and running through the Premier League, there was only one who showed up. Graham Souness and then Arsene Wenger, the one from the land of the French, who came in by way of Japan to disrupt that mighty power of the great Sir Alex Ferguson. And after that, it was Sir Alex Ferguson all the way. But then, when he retired, came at a man from the side of the Germans after the Berlin Wall had been put down. And he came in through the wall and knocked down the walls of Sir Alex Ferguson. And the rivalry between Manchester United and Liverpool became a thing of the past. And then he picked up a rivalry with another Manchester club, as the clubs in London could not even imagine to surmount any strength to counter. Even the blue side of London that used to have the mental and the pittle and every power to withstand the energy of the rest had fallen apart. So bad that things are falling apart and the centers cannot hold. Well, for Liverpool, it was meant to be a free reign until the son of the Catalonian showed up and said, this battle that we had in Germany between Bayern Munich and Borussia Dortmund is going to continue. And in this space, I will dominate you like a proper bullfighter from the land of the Amadas. Well, whatever you say, you look at Jurgen Klopp and you say to yourself, he has done his best. It is safe to say Vici, because he came, he saw, and he conquered. He won the Champions League, he won the Premier League, even though all of these titles are one, but he won all of this. So you can say Vici. He came, he saw, and he conquered. But for you guys out there, what is your most memorable Jurgen Klopp moment? That's all I want to talk about. And as we talk about it, I went to a Liverpoolian at heart, a core Liverpoolian, and I asked him to talk about everything he wants to talk about, not just Jurgen Klopp, the title race, the Nigerian Premier League, China Achiru, the author of 1,000 Times on the Same Road. Well, let's listen to him, and then I'll come back to read what you guys have got to say.
So if you thought Saturday was an action-packed day in the world of football, then someone didn't tell you about Sunday, because Sunday was just what you want from a match day in football. Let's start in Spain. And after Barca won with a big result on Saturday, they had shortened the gap between them and Madrid to 5 points, yes. Another game went on between Madrid and Sevilla. It was looking like, okay, the title race is on. All of a sudden, up comes the old man, Luka Modric, and he scores. Madrid won, Sevilla nil. And Madrid pushes that lead back to 8 points. And if you go back to the league in, should I say England? Yes, not a big game, but Wolverhampton Wanderers beat Sheffield United by 1-0. In Italy, it was AC Milan drawing 1-1 against Atalanta. Then we also see in Italy, Cagliari against Napoli 1-1. Our own man, Victor Osimhen, scoring in that one, just like two Nigerians scored on Saturday. Basi Calvin and Alex Iwobi. But that's where it's easy, because you have to go back to England, the League Cup final, and that was a proper cup final. Chelsea against Liverpool. They met in two finals last year, in the League Cup, where Liverpool won, and of course in the FA Cup, where Liverpool won. Pochettino had met Liverpool in the Champions League final a few years back, where Liverpool won by 2-0. Then Chelsea were on the verge of creating a record that nobody wants, and that was losing in 6 consecutive cup finals. They had previously lost 5 consecutive finals. Who loses 6 finals if you're not Chelsea FC? But again, like I said, it was a proper cup final. 9 shots on target from Chelsea, 11 shots on target from Liverpool. 6 shots off target from Chelsea, 6 shots off target from Liverpool. 4 block shots from Chelsea, 7 block shots from Liverpool. So in all, Chelsea had 19 shots at goal, while Liverpool had 24 shots at goal. Like I said, a proper cup final. Raheem Sterling got a goal that was disallowed. Virgil van Dijk got a goal that was disallowed. Virgil van Dijk got a goal just as the game was about to end in extra time, and that's how Liverpool won with the kids. It was a game that Liverpool had so many injury problems, and they had to play the kids eventually. How many kids played for Liverpool? I'm sure you won't even know some of the names that played for Liverpool, especially coming off the bench. Yes, you know names like Harvey Elliott, you know like Ryan Grabenberch, you know names like Wataru Endo, but when names like Bobby Clark come in, when names like James McCormick come in, when names like Jaden Dams come in, you know that it was the game that the kids played for Liverpool, but Liverpool won that one 1-0. The goal scored deep into extra time, and that was how Liverpool won their 10th League Cup. Does it end there? We must go down to the Nigeria Professional Football League. I saw the coach of Bernard Insurance almost beat up a journalist for asking him a simple question. The game between Bernard Insurance and Eyimba in Benin, the biggest fixture for the week. And maybe because Monday Dige's side drew that game 0-0, he charged at the reporter who asked the question. He basically insulted all reporters there and walked away. Not the first time he's doing that. Not the first time. But who says Insurance and Eyimba was not the biggest fixture of the week when he had games like Gombe versus Sporting Lagos, Plateau United versus Shooting Stars, Aqua United versus Bayelsa United, Alepila versus Sunshine Stars, Lobby Stars versus Heartland, and Tornadoes versus Abia Warriors. Certainly, the biggest game of the week was Insurance versus Eyimba. But who are you to pick the biggest game of the week without first cross-checking with Monday Odige. I saw the coach of Sunshine Stars, Kennedy Boboye, say before the game that they are going to Kano to win. Yes, Sunshine Stars were going to Kano to win until they lost by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5-1. What a way to go to Kano to win. Shocking result. It shocked everybody, including maybe Bayelsa United. But Akwa United lost 1-0 at home to Bayelsa United. And before I round this up, I'll go to the CAF Confederation Cup. Rivers United away to FC Lobito, APC Lobito of Angola. They have to win that one and hope for a favorable result for them in Ghana between Dreams and Club Africain. Rivers won that one 3-2, but Dreams also beat Club Africain. And look at the top of the table. Dreams FC 12 points, Club Africain 9 points, Rivers United 9 points. Heading to the last day of fixtures. Dreams have +5, Club Africain +5, Rivers United +1. So Rivers United have to win against Dreams FC, to have any chance of qualifying for the knockout stage of the CAF Confederation Cup. Action there. Uyo will be on fire on Saturday. My name is China Ikwereman Acheru. Thank you, Matthew Dafe, for letting me do this.
All right, thank you very much, China Acheru, for letting us enjoy your poetic and sarcastic style of talking the game. Sometimes you have to go to the masters to really enjoy this game. You can't depend on yourself alone. And China Acheru, for me, as far as I'm concerned, is a master in the act, and exactly that is what he offered us. And thank you very much. I really do appreciate. God bless you for that one. Well, if you feel the need to call in on the show and you want to be as adapt as China Acheru, then you have a chance to call in on the show. It is 070 25000069. That's the number to call. Call in on that number, and your voice would be part of the live. 2,000 years from now, when this live stream is listened to, your voice would still be there. That's the thing about YouTube. Okay, now let's go to your comments and all the things that you guys have been dropping. Let's enjoy your own, whether it's sarcastic, whether it's songs of praise, whether it's hailings or adoration, adulation, appreciation, whatever it is for Jurgen Klopp and every other matters in the sporting world that you've got to talk about. And probably some people are more interested in my Lipton tea, okay, made by Mrs. Idafe. All right, let's go there. Everybody, so people that were here last night, well done, sleep carry me. No, sometimes it's necessary. Did you really sleep, or you were doing WrestleMania, beautiful WrestleMania with the beautiful Mrs. Umaru? I don't know. I mean, I don't want to hear whatever happened in the other room. What happens in the other room stays in the other room. It was when our former President Muhammadu Buhari was in the other room performing well as the president of the other room. That's how some people went. That's a rumor that I heard. Went and forged his signature and looted money out of our treasury. The man is from the north and he had a lot of Kayamata and Buratashi. So he spent a long time, like the Israelites in the wilderness. He spent a very long time in the other room. By the time he came back, the money was gone. That's what I heard. I don't know about you guys anyway. Anyways, only one moment was memorable for me with Klopp. Only one? Are you that wicked? I know you're an Arsenal fan and you don't like the kind of things that Jurgen Klopp has done, but come on, brother, man. Don't be hater. Don't hate the player. I hate the game. Come on, just love the player. I love the coach. Okay? But, I mean, there's something about Jurgen Klopp that I don't like anyway. Sunning his teeth all the time. Like, what's wrong with you? Come on, get out of my face. And the fact that Jurgen Klopp will blame everything. Jurgen Klopp is the Mondo Digi of the English Premier League. If he loses a game, and he doesn't lose a lot of them, but when he loses a game, there's a ready-made blade. The wind was too much. The ground is too dry. The grass is too wet. The ground is too... Oh, God. The jerseys are too... The opponent jerseys were just flying in the air. The color of the lights. Jurgen Klopp practically will give you excuses that make you wonder, like, are you insane? Did you drink too much beer in Germany and it's affecting your brain? Well, Henry Morris says, only one moment was memorable for me with Klopp. The return leg victory at Anfield against Barcelona with all the injuries they were having at the time. Man, that match. I hate that match. That match is match fixing. Ferdinand can say, Baba, calm down. We the abroad, the fear to call Nigerians to collect G's because you will end up to collecting billions. But let's be very fair. I think that especially in the UK. So if you live in Nigeria and you think you know anything about Nigeria, that's because you've not been to the UK. You see all of this old drama that you're having, you think you know about Nigeria. If you go to UK, the real gossip, there is a full brochure of your life somewhere in the UK that you don't even know exists. In the UK, everybody, UK, I mean, those of you who have not been to the UK, you will not understand this I'm saying. And you will look at me like, what is it that you're saying? The most boring place in this world is the UK, right? And especially for Nigerians, and Nigerians naturally like aproko, they like gossip. In the UK, the one thing that they have mastered to do, that's why if you notice, they become on social media. That's why the Nigerians who are abroad are very big social media influencers, because they live a very boring life. They don't have life. Okay. And the gossip, the size of the gossip, oh God, they put us on magnifying lens and they gossip us to the very end. I always tell my sister that there is a full encyclopedia of me in the UK that have not been launched or released because I've not really done any controversial thing. I've not offended somebody big enough to fight me. So probably the people who have it are afraid that this one gets in your microphone. It can also take us down. Okay. And I also have my own network in that area that I can find that fact about them. I wouldn't be surprised if I have a sex tape hanging in the UK. I wouldn't be surprised if I have like 10 children that are not mine, but that people claim are mine. And when they say the story, people will believe more because that's how you. Okay. So when you talk about Nigerians, brother, now they know more about Nigerians past us within Nigeria, but let's keep it going. Allow me to say before we continue with this shambolic performance for the next 15 years. I don't understand what that is anyway. Olatunji Emmanuel says, my best club moment has to be the second leg of the Champions League against Barca. That match was theatrical and comical. I agree with you completely. But my best young club moment, I don't think that's my best young club moment. But I don't like it because I was supporting Barcelona that day, and I don't like the way the goals came in. Come on, what's that? Cross corner kick, enter goal. The match looked like match fixing. It was like, man, this is arranged. I beg. I better not get out to my front. I don't like it. Okay, Ferdinand, can I say, come on, Matthew? You don't drink this tea every day. See, Baba don't turn Ajabota. No, I'm not Ajabota. I say be Mugu. I'm not Sesi Mugu like to me from Port Harcourt, but I'm just Mugu, like just this Mugu like that. Olafat say good morning, boss. Good morning to you. It's a wonderful Monday. Hope your weekend. This guy listened to motivational speaker yesterday. When you see somebody start with, it's a wonderful Monday. What is wonderful? You get money for your bank account. Or the money and the rice where the custom share to keep people to use humans to do human sacrifice. They share give you. I don't know, Sha. He say, good morning, boss. It's a wonderful Monday. Hope your weekend was fantastic. It's another Monday to learn from the good. Okay, I'm not the good too. Demola Ibrahim Abiodun say, my best comment is the comeback against. But what a worry all of now. All of Nigeria want the same. What's wrong with you? What's copy? This plagiarism. Oh, this is plagiarism. For 8 or 9 years, that's the only thing people remember. Against Barcelona, I don't know what it tells his players, but they always give him 100% whenever they play for him. Here, what Precious says, good morning, boss. Good morning to you. It's boss being a red. My best. It's boss being a red. My best yogi club moment was the day he ran into the pitch after the Vokorigi last minute winner versus Everton. You never walk alone. Congratulations to us. That was match fixing as well. The goalkeeper just carried the ball through. I don't understand that nonsense. That ball where they go outside. No, let's even leave that matter first. Here do our pressure say, as for billing, I usually spot the conversation from a mile. I will mute the person or straight up tell him, Baba or babe, he no day. Well, my own, he no day. No, I'm not going to mute you. The person I was trying to remember is Adrama Traore. How did Barcelona, who's people will sit down to sign a player? It's not just easy. People will sit down and decide, you know what, from the way we're playing, this is what we are lacking. So of the options that we have like 10 options. This is the best one that is best suited for our style of play. How do you take a gym and to play for Barcelona? I don't understand. That devil Pikite make it to heaven. I don't understand. Barcelona is the holy grail of beautiful football. Beautiful football. Tiki taka, tappy, tippy, moving around. Your Croft will be rolling in his grave. Like, what is wrong with these people? How did they come to the conclusion that of all the solutions to the problem we have, Maturity Demola Abiodun Ibrahim say Adamatri that gave Iwobi assist against United. Demola Ibrahim Abiodun say Shamak, another Ogbori. They're plenty. That one says he's the next Cristiano Ronaldo. Let's not even talk about Maroon Shamak right now, because even Morocco people say the verse. They're the shame for him. Olafa to say, boss, that Belarus own, he not reach 9 minutes. He said, I know if you forget that game now against Spurs. Mourinho put him on bail, dribble around mercilessly. That's not just say come out, add Ferreira. You see how that game. So we were watching the game, me, my brothers. I used to watch games with my brothers, right? Aside my brothers, I don't like crowd watching football with me because I want to watch the game. You know, back then I didn't know I was going to become a football analyst one day. I just knew that I know football, and the praises I get when I'm watching a football match. And when I'm done watching the game, and then we'll go to like maybe a college or anywhere, we're just gathered out there and people are talking about the game. And how do people watch a game for 90 minutes and within 30 minutes they've forgotten all the actions? So when we gather and people are talking, that ability for me to say, hey, that's talking a lie. See what's happened. Now this person, I take the ball from midfield and I pass, and that one got it on the side, and then he crossed the ball with his left foot, and then this person met the ball with his head, and it was in the net. And it was this person that was there. This is what that thing that makes everybody go like, how you tell no him? You there for the stadium? Like, it just gives me joy back then. That was the only satisfaction that I wanted to have. So when I watch football, I like to watch it alone, keenly, taking in all the. You know how science says that your eye can see 45,000 things at once, but you can only focus on one, right? And me, I naturally live my life to prove theories wrong. So I like, okay, I can focus on one and still see another thing. That's the kind of way I look at things. Like, my wife doesn't like me watching movie with her because I spot things that people don't see. Take for instance, we're watching a movie and I'll tell her, did you just see the boom camera, the shadow of the boom camera on the car? Like, I'm like, how did you, like, how are you watching a film and you're seeing that? I remember we're watching Achilles back in the day. And I told people, how does Nike logo show on a film that's supposed to be medieval? How does he have a wristwatch? And I was in Pirates of the Caribbean. And they were like, how did you see it? I said, well, I don't know. I just see. I just see these things. So we're watching that game, and Carlos Bolaris was brought on. Like, oh, this guy is good. He looked like somebody who should be working in a shawarma shop. I don't know if you guys know who Carlos Bolaris is, but it looks like somebody who should be selling shawarma or should be working in all this shisha shop, all this Arab. He should have a corner shop or a bar. And then he came in looking legbe like Yossi Benayu. And that time, Gabe was possessed with the spirit of 10,000 men. He had 100,000 horsepower in him. Now, this is not only Carlos Bolaris. Gareth Bale actually retired a lot of players. Go and ask Maicon at Inter Milan. Like, he sentenced him to death by destruction. It was the Dragon Slayer, and it took this guy. And Mourinho just shot. That's the first time Mourinho spoke Urubu in the bench. Mourinho shot, wake yo, and he said, Ferreira, I just sent a boy to go fight a veteran warrior. At this rate, if we wait, if I say Venga go wait to say no, he go grow into the game. They don't worry, he will grow into the game. Nah, not Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho is a serious freaking winner. He wants to win at all. I mean, it's going to come a time where we'll do a show where we'll talk about these moments in the game. And he could just go like an eagle or a hawk, snatch Belarus, get him out and put somebody else and pretend like they didn't make the substitution. But it was 9 minutes actually. It's crazy. I don't know if you guys saw that game, but if we're talking about it now, you will not understand the fun, the laughter, the whole shit that came, the whole shindig that came with that game. But it was that game. Okay. Olafa said, boss, I remember Elijah Diop case that went to sleep in a brothel ahead of their AFCON game, and they lost the game, which made him not caught up for years. Yes. Olafa said, please, boss, they should leave Coach Mondo Digio. Football is about participation. I know it's about participation, and that's why it should not be angry when they are not winning, because it's about participation. What? Think about it. It's just about participation. I don't know why do you want to get angry when you're not winning and you just draw a game at home and you're angry? Why? What are you angry for? Well, let's end up on this beautiful note. Thank you very much, everybody, for being on the show this morning. God bless you. Olafat say, I know Bolarouge well, but he was at the World Cup in South Africa and he redeemed himself playing at right back and caught playing at left back. I agree, but whatever you say, we would always remember that game where he was brought on and yanked off. Okay, he came in a dash and left in a flash. You know what I mean? You could go through that game and not even remember that he played in that game against Spurs. But hey, it is football. These things happen. After all, we've seen a footballer play 90 minutes and his leg did not touch the ball. Two actually, South African player and Olivier Giroud. Olivier Giroud played 90 minutes of football. He not touched the ball once. And one player that would set that record in the future, I am thinking that will also have his name on that list, is that Norwegian Thor, Erling Haaland. He will play 190 minutes without touching the ball. Very soon, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. I know that City keep possession a lot, but that boy is going to that line. I think when he's got 56 goals, the gods of Messi now realize that and Cristiano this boy is going to make us look like infant if he plays like this. Let's cost him. Then I cost him, and now he can't even score goals again. I mean, how do you go from scoring 56 goals last season to struggling for how many goals in all competition he scored this season? Well, if they go on to win the league, no, I don't think they'll win the league, or defend the UEFA Champions League. Who really cares? Okay, they take 2 seasons to win the UEFA Champions League back to back. Nobody will care about what Alex Ferguson have achieved or what your club achieved for Liverpool. Sorry, Liverpool fans, but it is the truth. Okay, well, this is where we draw the curtain on the show this morning. It's been fun. Thank you very much to China Achiru for making the show spicy. For those of you who, you will say, open the lines, give us the phone numbers to call in, and then I open the lines and you guys are not calling. God will judge you people. Okay, if you not get credit to call, stop telling me to call the number so that you will call, because I will not call the number, you will not call. Well, my name is Idafi Manchester. You love to come in with on sports. It's been a wonderful time. It's a Monday, so now you've had a little bit of laughter, a little bit of easing. Go back and squeeze your face and have a serious mood. This is exactly what other people were feeling when Chelsea was riding on everyone like those king whether they carry for shoulder back in the day, whether they see the shot for the people who carry them for shoulder, say those king whether they carry for shoulder back in the day, whether they see the shot for the people who carry them for shoulder, say you're not moving fast, you don't know the weight where they carry for their shoulder, like say they be dead body where Undertaker they carry. Well, sometimes in football, everybody that have experienced the good of football also experience the bad of football. The only team that doesn't experience it for long is Real Madrid. Just when you think that Madrid are about to suffer, they know how to strike against that suffering and it comes to an end. But some clubs like Chelsea and Man United, you will suffer for 600 years. Okay, that's what we're doing. Okay, that's what we're doing. Cutting on the show today. Like I always say, if you can't build the solution, please don't build the problem. If you don't know the solution, don't stand in the way of those who are trying to put the solution in place. God bless you and have a lovely day and a wonderful week ahead. Hasta la vista. Arrivederci. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Oh, hasta la vista. Arrivederci. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Oh,